Welcome back everyone to the channel. I hope you're all doing well. Today we got another episode of weekly movie news. We got a lot to talk about today. I mean a lot. It's probably going to be a decently long video. We got a lot of new release dates to talk about, not a lot of new movie news to talk about, but let's get it started. First up, we got Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny releases on Disney Plus on December 1st. So just a couple weeks from now, you can watch Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. I did put a review out for this one. I thought this one was just alright. You know, I wanted a lot more from this one just because it was coming from James Mangold. Could have been a lot better. It wasn't bad. It was just way too long. And I thought it was boring in that second act. But if it's on Disney Plus, I feel like it'll be a good watch if you like Indiana Jones as a character. You know, some scenes are great, some scenes aren't great. But, you know, I think some people will find a lot to enjoy about that. Now we have a lot of HBO news. First up, House of the Dragon Season 2 premieres summer 2024. So we don't even have to wait that long for this premiere, just about like 6 months from now. I am so excited for this show. Supposedly we're getting a first teaser trailer next month or in the next 2 months. I will be reacting to that. This was my favorite show of 2022. I absolutely just was mesmerized by this show, and I still haven't even seen Game of Thrones yet. I still gotta catch up on that. I'll probably watch it before this season 2 comes out. Even though you don't really have to watch Game of Thrones, it helps with the lore and stuff I've heard. But season 1 of House of the Dragon just had some amazing characters, amazing script. HBO always nails the scripts. And these characters I just really liked a lot. And the actors did a great job. Patty Constantine did a terrific job. Matt Smith, I loved everyone. Olivia Cook, she did amazing. And the VFX were actually pretty stunning. Some scenes were hard to watch because, you know, the Game of Thrones universe gets pretty weird, as we know. But I absolutely was stunned by this show. And I think season 2 could be even better because, you know, the stakes are really high with that big finale. If you haven't seen House of the Dragon, you guys should be watching that show. But we got news about The Last of Us Season 2. It's looking to begin filming early 2024 now that the actor strike is thankfully over. Thank you. The actors get what they deserve. Last of Us Season 2 can now start. And this, I'm not really sure how they're going to do this. I think they're doing, they're going to do like half of the second game, which is Season 2, and then Season 3 will be the other half. So probably we will be getting Abby in the show in this season. I wonder who they're going to cast as Abby. I'm very excited for The Last of Us Season 2. Last of Us is in my top 10 shows of the year, not my top 3, but maybe in that top 5 area. I need to revisit some scenes from it, but I absolutely loved The Last of Us show. Loved the first game. Still haven't played the second game. I'll make sure to play that before this new season comes out, but it's going to begin filming soon. I can't wait. Next up, HBO announced that the It prequel series, Welcome to Derry, will release in 2025. So they're probably going to begin filming this next year too. You know, I have no anticipation or expectations for this show because I don't really know what it's going to be about. You know, is it just going to be about Pennywise and that origin? I still haven't read all of the It book. I still need to get on that. There's a lot of stuff that I need to do. I love both the It movies. You know, the second one does have its problems, but the cast is just really fun. First It movie was an experience. Probably my first rated R movie I saw in theaters. I love the first one, but this is interesting. They might be milking it a little too much at this point. I'm interested to see where they go with this series, but, you know, I just don't see a point to this series. Hopefully it turns out to be good. You know, Bill Skarsgård, I don't know if he's returning. I don't know the full story of this, but hopefully it's interesting. The White Lotus Season 3 releases in 2025. I'm not a big White Lotus fan. I watched the first season. I thought it was alright. A lot of people really obsess over this show, I've noticed, in Season 1 and Season 2, but I really just thought the Season 1 was alright. Season 2 I heard was worse than Season 1, I think. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to give Season 2 a watch. Maybe Season 3. It depends who they cast. But yeah, I'm not really the biggest fan of this show. I know some people love it, and, you know, it gets a lot of critical acclaim, but, you know, I'm not the biggest. I wish I liked it more, though. Euphoria Season 3 releases in 2025. There's a lot of drama surrounding Sam Levinson right now in Euphoria. Euphoria Season 1 and 2 I enjoyed, but it's a little hard to watch at times because the subject matter that they're talking about. But the art style of this show and the creativity of this show is really something to marvel at. Cinematography, design, you know, costume design, production design is all excellent here. So I'm really interested to see where they go in this season. I heard that Season 3, they're not going to be in school anymore. They're going to be out of school. So it's going to be interesting to see where they go for that. I think Zendaya is kind of moving on from Euphoria at this point. She kind of wants to exit this show, even though she's getting a lot of awards for the show, deservedly. But, you know, I think all these actors are kind of growing out of the show. It's taken its time. Season 3, hopefully it's great, but I'm not sure at this point if it's going to be great. The Penguin, though, has been delayed to fall 2024 due to the actor strike, but now the actor strike has ended. I think it's probably still going to come out fall 2024. or we could be looking at a late summer release for this one. This series I've heard not much about lately. We saw that first teaser, which was just some of the first footage that they filmed. I think they're like halfway done filming this show. I'm not sure how this is going to connect to the Batman universe because we're getting this one. And I think we're getting another one, Arkham Asylum. I'm not really sure if they're going to continue with that show. I'm very excited for the Penguin. Colin Farrell did an excellent job in the Batman. Hopefully this can lead into the Batman Part 2. Hopefully that can get some work done because we haven't heard when that one's going to start filming. Hopefully it starts filming next year so we can get the Batman maybe like fall 2025. That would be pretty exciting, but I love Matt Reeves and I love this universe that he's building here. We're getting a new animated series for Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon. This is kind of interesting to me because, you know, Netflix is going all in with Zack Snyder and all in with Rebel Moon before any critical reception has come out on the first two movies, because we already know they're going to have part 1 in December, part 2 I think in February and March. Then they have a game coming out and now an animated series. So he's really is expanding this universe in a big way. Hopefully it works out for him. I like the first trailer a lot. Supposedly we're getting a second trailer pretty soon. Probably when this video is up, we have the second trailer. But yeah, I'm really interested to see why they're going this far into this universe. If it's going to be like a big universe, is part 1 and part 2 the only movies that we're going to get? I'm interested to see what he's doing with these characters. I believe Zack Snyder, I think he can do a great job in creating this universe because he has all this creative freedom with Netflix. But I think they might be going a little too much into this universe with the game, animated series, movies. It might just be too much. I don't know why Netflix needs to make a game for it and an animated series. You know, I think they should just stick with one or the other. But I am still excited for the Rebel Moon movies. We got news that What If Season 2 premieres on Disney Plus this holiday season. So I'm expecting this to premiere probably in December. Hopefully this is right because this isn't official. I think this is a rumor so far, but I'm pretty sure they've been done with the What If Season 2 for a long time, even though I question why we're getting a What If Season 2 because Season 1 didn't really work out for Marvel. It's just that show that no one really watches. I mean, I watched it. I felt like 2 episodes were great. The rest were fine. It's like you don't need to watch it. It's like kind of for kids in my opinion, and there's no point for the What If show because they don't even do a lot with the What If storyline. There's so much more that you could do with the What If like kind of scenario, but they don't do enough with it in my opinion. I mean, I'll still probably tune in for Season 2, but I won't have my full attention on it. That's all I'll say. I think What If should just stop. I think they're just wasting time on What If, wasting time on these shows that no one really asks for or wants at the moment. The creator releases on digital platforms on November 14th. So I probably upload this video on a Sunday. So the creator comes on digital in about 2 days from now. Very excited for this movie to be releasing on digital on my birthday. So that's pretty exciting. I'll probably watch this one again. I like this one a lot in theaters. I didn't get a chance to go watch it for a second time in theaters because there's just been a lot of movies coming out, but I'm very excited to watch this one again to see how my thoughts hold up because I thought it was great. I love John David Washington in this role. Gemma Chan and the child did amazing. I forget her name, but she did an amazing job. Visual effects were some of the best of the year alongside Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. So I'm very excited to watch this one again on digital. I think a lot of people need to visit this one because it didn't make a lot in the box office. But as I said, I think it's a great film. Blade will be rated R, says the director. I mean, this is a small story I want to cover because I think it's a funny story. You know, they've said this like 5 times now. We all know it's going to be rated R. I don't know why they keep saying it. It's pretty funny that they keep saying it though because, you know, we all know if it's not rated R though, then what's the point? They keep confirming it. We all know. Just stop confirming it at this point. Enola Holmes 3 is officially in the works at Netflix. I'm a big supporter of the Enola Holmes films. I think they're all pretty fun. The second one was a step down from the first. I thought the first one was really great. Second one was okay. I don't know. I don't really like where they took the storyline in the second one, but I really did like the romance and kind of mystery aspect of the first one. They kind of took away the romance factor of the second one, which I didn't really like. Hopefully the third one is as good as the first one. I really do like this series though. I think it's really fun. Henry Cavill does a great job in this. And I think it's a fun series. I mean, maybe it's not made for me, but a lot of people do hate it, but I think it's fun. I like the mystery, even though it's kind of like a cheap mystery. I do like the costumes and the set design in here too. I think it's awesome. And I hope they do enter the romance section of this in the third one a little bit more. A live action Zelda movie is officially in the works. For all you Nintendo fans, we now have news of a Legend of Zelda movie in the works. And this is weird because, you know, they made the Mario movie with Illumination and it was animated. Now they're making a live action Zelda movie with Sony. I don't know why Nintendo is like splitting them up. they should have just kept this animated. I think this would have worked so much better if it was animated. I'm really worried with how this is going to be received by people and how it's going to turn out, because it's going to be visual effects heavy. Like if you watch the Zelda games, it's a big game, you know, lots happening in it, outside world, so it's going to be a lot of visual effects. So I really worry how it's going to look. I worry how Zelda's going to look in the live action form. Who are they going to cast as Zelda? That's going to be a big story when that comes out. It's going to be a lot of hate probably. A lot of people are envisioning it's going to be Tom Holland. I don't think it's going to be Tom Holland. Hopefully they go with a no name. That I think that could probably be their best bet. But still, I wish this was animated. It would just work so much better. Then they could go into more animated movies and make like a Super Smash Bros. Movie at the end of it, like an Avengers Endgame kind of movie. It's so weird how Nintendo is splitting it up between animated and live action. I don't see the point. Wes Ball is also going to direct this. And I'm interested in this because Wes Ball did the Maze Runner films, which I think were pretty good. And now he's doing the Planet of the Apes movie, the new one, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I do like its direction, but I think that this one might just be too big of a movie for him at this point. I don't really know if Wes Ball is the right director for this, even though I do like his movies. It's just such a big movie, and I think that this movie might not end up great. I mean, the Mario movie wasn't great in my opinion, but this one could have been great if it was animated. I just worry for it because it's live action. We finally have news about Richard Linklater's Hitman starring Glenn Powell. It's finally going to be released in Netflix on 2024. Very excited for this movie. It premiered at some festivals this fall, and people are saying it was one of the best movies of this year, but then it got pushed to 2024, as we can see now. But I cannot wait. They're saying like it's a very funny film, which is kind of interesting because the title, but Richard Linklater also makes a lot of funny movies. They're saying Glenn Powell brings in such a profound performance, a lot of romance in this movie. So I'm so interested in this movie. I hope it comes out in theaters. You know, Netflix, as I said before, they don't like to release their movies in theaters. I really want to see this in theaters with an audience because, you know, everyone that saw it at the festival said it's fun to see it with an audience. Hopefully it comes out in like the summer. I think this would be a perfect summer movie for them to put in theaters. Just pull like a Glass Onion scenario, release it in theaters for like 1 to 2 weeks. That's good enough for me. Then I'll rewatch on Netflix. That's all they got to do. Release it in theaters for at least 1 week wide. Not that limited crap that they do with like 5 theaters. I think that's really disappointing. I hate when they do the limited theaters. Doesn't work. But Hitman, you guys got to watch out for this when it comes out in 2024. It's been getting some great reviews so far. Now we have a big story that I want to spend a couple minutes talking about. We had The Boys Season 4 news. We got official news that The Boys Season 4 is coming back in 2024. I heard that they have half the VFX done, all the editing done, and all the filming done, I think. I think some reshoots and ADR need to be done, though. So I think Season 4 will be coming in summer of 2024 or a little bit before that. We could be looking at a Season 3 situation where it starts early summer, and I'm fine with that. And we have a couple of news I want to talk about here. Timeline-wise, it takes place after a month after the events of Gen V finale. If you haven't seen Gen V, get on it because you need to go watch it. It's amazing. But it's so interesting how it takes place a month after. I'm very interested to see how they, connect these Gen V characters into the Boys universe, how they're going to, manage all these different characters. It's going to be so fun to have all these characters with the Boys writers on it. It's going to be great. Butcher now knows about the virus, and so he is going to do some interesting things with that virus, because we all know from Gen V, the virus can kill soups. That's what we saw. So Butcher is going to probably use that virus to probably kill Homelander. And I think it's interesting because we don't know if Season 4 will be the end, because it says here Season 4 will lead into Gen V Season 2. Does that mean Gen V Season 2 will lead into The Boys Season 5, or will there be no Boys Season 5? Hopefully there's a Boys Season 5. Then you can kind of end the universe there, somewhere like that. My most, my favorite thing about this, that Homelander will now stand trial for lasering a Starlighter's head off. Vought has even made a hashtag for this, hashtag home free. This is very exciting for me because Homelander in like a trial scene will be just hilarious. This will be a funny scene, very serious scene at times, and a scary scene probably, because Homelander is a scary guy, but he's funny at times. And I cannot wait for this trial because Homelander's fans are crazy, but Starlighter's fans are crazy. It's a whole kind of universe right now, politics-wise, of should Supes be able to do what they want, or should they be, terminated? Should they be exterminated? Should they be under law? It's going to be very interesting. I'm very excited for The Boys Season 4. I think it's going to be just amazing. Next up, we got news of the Venom 3 movie has been pushed back to November 8th, 2024. I think they still got a lot of work to do on this film VFX wise. I think it's still got to film a little bit of it. So yeah, they did push it back to November. I think Sony Marvel movies need all the time they can get because they're all like average or below average. I mean, I'll still watch it. I think Venom's fun, but they're not serious. I need them to be serious and scary. Venom 1 and 2 aren't scary. Venom is supposed to be a scary guy. Just look at Spider-Man 2 on the PS5. I played that. Venom was terrifying. He was absolutely terrifying. I was scared to fight him anytime. They were like, go on a mission to fight Venom. I'm like, nope, I'll just continue doing side missions at this point. Hopefully Venom 3 is good. Hopefully it's scary, but the first two were just pretty average to me. New standalone Fear Street movie is officially in the works at Netflix because we had the Fear Street trilogy. I forget what year it was. I think it was 2021 this summer, where we had 3 movies come out like a week apart from each other. That was really fun. I liked that a lot. Each of them were pretty good. Some of them were a little below average. So I liked the first one, the second one, the third one I thought let me down a little bit. So I'm interested to see what kind of ideas they're coming up with the Fear Street movies. I think they're very popular for Netflix. A lot of younger audiences watch them, a lot of older audience watch them. I think they're just very fun movies, horror movies that I don't take seriously too much, but I had fun with them. So I'm actually very excited for what they come up with in this Fear Street universe that they've created. Now we have some very exciting news I want to talk about. A John Wick anime is in the works. Now, we don't have a lot of details for this, except that it just got announced, and I think they're kind of still brainstorming it. But I'm just so interested to see how they're going to do this, because I'm kind of still waiting for a Kira spinoff, because you saw that post-credit scene in John Wick 4, how she's trying to hunt down Kane and all that. So that's interesting. I wonder if they're going to do any more spinoffs live action-wise. I would love to see a Kane spinoff of him before John Wick 4. That would be pretty interesting. John Wick 5 is like, they're talking about it still. I don't think that's going to happen, even though I'd love it to happen. A John Wick anime, though, is, something that I'm really looking forward to. If it's put in the hands of a great animation like studio, I would really love that. Like, if it's animated really well, if it's great anime, that would be cool. The story, though, I don't know what they would do with the story, if they do like before the John Wick movies or make an anime based off the John Wick movies that are already made. I really think that this could be awesome. The John Wick universe, I think, needs to be built out even more. It's just, there's so much lore that you can still explore. There's so many characters that you can explore there. We're getting the Ballerina movie, I think, next year, if it hasn't been delayed yet, with Ana de Armas. I cannot wait for that one. That's probably going to be really sick, because Ana de Armas was great in the No Time to Die, so I can't wait for her in that. But the John Wick anime just sounds really up my alley. I really am interested to see how this shapes out. Arcane Season 2 officially releases in November 2024. I've been holding off on covering this because we didn't get an official, statement on this, but Netflix Geek Week, Netflix finally said that Arcane Season 2 is officially coming out a year from now, I guess. It's already November right now, so just a year from now. It's a long wait, but, these animators are cooking with this show. Season 1 is probably my favorite animated show of all time now. As I said, I did a review of this show. It's just so great. I come back to this show every month. I watch it every month. It's so good. If you haven't seen Arcane Season 1, do yourself a favor, turn it on and finish it, and then turn it back on again and watch it even more. It's that good. It's filled with some amazing characters, some amazing animation. It's an adult style animated show, so just look out for that. But the action is also it's terrific. I just love the animation here. Season 2 could be even better with how Season 1 ended. The ending of Season 1 was, it took my breath away. Like, it just leaves you thinking about the show for a while. We gotta wait a long time, but it's gonna be worth it. I already know it's gonna be worth it. Season 2, November 2024. I cannot wait. Now we gotta talk about some Marvel and Disney release date shuffles. We have some new 2024 and 2025 MCU schedules, because Marvel is in a pickle right now. They just had the Marvels, which wasn't receivable. I thought it was pretty average. But now they gotta rethink things. They gotta delay some things because they need more time to work on visual effects. Finish the scripts, make them great. Make the movies great again. We've been having so many average MCU movies. Make MCU great again. That's my kind of a thing that I'll say for it, because we need some great MCU films. Deadpool 3 was now pushed to July 26, 2024. So now Deadpool 3 is the only movie in 2024. That's pretty interesting. But I think that's a big break that we kind of need. And I think Deadpool 3 is the one that's more ahead of all these films. I think Deadpool 3 only needs like a couple more weeks of filming and then visual effects work. Captain America 4 releases on February 14th, 2025. Fantastic Four, May 2nd, 2025. I don't believe that for a second. They got to start filming that for me to actually believe that. Thunderbolts, July 25th, 2025. That hopefully is great. I'm really interested in that one. And Blade, November 7th, 2025. Mahershala is probably pretty upset. He's just waiting so long for that movie. And I really do feel bad for him, because hopefully it's great, but Blade just is going through it. I think Blade should have been made by now. It's such an easy film to make at this point. I don't know how it hasn't been made. But that's our new MCU schedule. 1 movie in 2024, and then we got 4 in 2025, which I doubt. but those have to come out because you can't keep delaying those. There's more that have to come after it. So I'm very happy that they delayed these. Give them more time. Give them more work to do. I think it works out. Then our last story for the day, Barry Jenkins' Mufasa, The Lion King, has been delayed to December 20th, 2024. I'm not that excited for this movie. I didn't really like the live action kind of hybrid, Lion King that we got in 2019. Made a lot of money. I think it made over $1 billion. So this one could do a lot of money. They're finishing all the effects on it. December 20th is actually a great date for this movie because it's during winter break for all the kids. This is going to be a kid-friendly movie. So this one could even make close to $1 billion, just like The Lion King. I'm interested to see how it works out. I mean, I'll still probably go watch it. Not that excited for it. But I think this is the right date for it. You get all the kids going there and all the parents have to take them. So it's going to make a lot of money during that day. But that's it for movie news today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys think of the topics that I talked about today. Make sure you leave a like on this video if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel. Follow me on all the other social media platforms in the description. I got Twitter, Letterboxd, Instagram. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.